Hi everyone! We're going to make a video to show some of our plans for the Christmas party. So when we meet up, we'll give everybody a hat with their name on it. We'll talk a little bit more about the party. This is our basic schedule. I think we've all seen it before, so this is kind of what we'll be going through in this video. One thing to know is that for each activity, we'll have the instructions translated to be both in English and Korean. So you'll be able to have a copy of this and share it with the students that are around you. There are a few people in our group that know Korean, so if they do know Korean, I'll put a blue star next to their name on the sides. So the first thing that'll happen is that we'll roll out this big paper onto all of the tables and put some crayons out so we can all just start coloring and stuff. We're going to give all the students eco bags to color. It'll help them unwrap them. Beth is going to give some design ideas, and the kids will use these fabric markers to do the decorations. Next, we'll play some games together. So on this parachute, we have 20-something straps, so we might need to use one hand. We should all try to play, and it's important too, that we get the adults and the kids mixed. So try to stand between a couple of kids. I'll just do a couple of games, but the basic one is up and down and trying to go up and down at the same time. The second game is to run under the parachute when the teacher says your color. So basically, if somebody was holding this strap, they would be green because it's touching green. If somebody was holding this strap, they would be blue and green because it's touching blue and green. Mission 3, work together to sit under the parachute. Mission 4, we'll put balls in the parachute. So I got these clear beach balls. I have 10 of them. I don't know if we'll actually use 10 of them. We'll just bounce it around like this. And if the kids want to keep these balls, they can. And then we'll let the parachute fly up into the air. And then, yeah, if we finish all the missions, then we'll give the kids some candy to put into their eco bag. So the way our little economy works is that if the kids do something, then it's we give them a prize because we want them to feel they're earning the presents that we're giving them and not just getting stuff. So if they do something cool, then they get a prize. Then we're going to play limbo. Instead of using a stick, we're using this garland stuff. So basically for the two teachers that are the main limbo stick leaders, we'll have different levels. Head level is level 1, shoulder level 2, waist level 3. We probably shouldn't go lower than 3, but if we really want to be crazy, we can go to level 4. And then it'll be in the instructions that you get. But the general idea is that after a student is out, then they will be given a piece of this and another teacher partner or another student partner, depending on how many people we have. And these people will not be the official limbo people, that determine if people are out or not. They just add a little bit more fun to the game. So if you're helping somebody that was out add a new limbo stick to the game, then you can choose together where you want to put it. You might want to put it on the ground so people have to jump over it. You might want to wiggle it back and forth to make an obstacle course. It's up to you, where you stand in the circle and where you want to hold it, just to add a little bit more fun to the people that are still playing. And then we'll do human Christmas tree. Hopefully yours will be a little bit more detailed than this, but you're going to get some rolls of this green stuff and some sparkly paper and some tape. And you'll just work with your team to try to turn a teacher or a really extroverted student into a Christmas tree. I think we'll do it for 3 to 4 minutes. And then if you want to, you can kind of make up a thing with your team for your tree to do. So something like this might get your team more street cred. So then the team that does the best job is going to get a prize. After that, we'll have a snack. So there's 2 parts to our snack, hot chocolate and popcorn. For the hot chocolate, help the kids open the pack and pour it into their cup. We'll have teachers with hot and cold water to pour in, so you'll put a little bit of hot water and a little bit of cold water. We don't want the kids to get burned. And then I got these marshmallow toppers, so you'll put a marshmallow topper on top of their hot cocoa. And then for popcorn, every kid's going to have a bowl. And every teacher is going to have a snack. So they'll walk up to the student and be like, do you want this? And they'll tell you yes or no. Somebody's going to have this one and they'll be like, do you want this? And they'll just give them a little bit. So we have to split this between 10 kids. And we also don't want to give them too much sugar. So just a little bit of each snack. I got some jellies to mix in, some sprinkles. I got M&Ms and stuff. There's a bunch of different things to mix in. So each of us will just get a new one and let the kids kind of make the popcorn that they want to make. I did get gloves, so we probably need to wear gloves while we're handling food. As the kids are finishing up their snack, we'll play picture bingo. Every student will get a 3x3 bingo card, and we'll have one teacher show pictures, and if the student has the picture, they'll put a small piece of paper over it. If they make one line, it's one line bingo, so they'll get a prize. We'll just kind of use this because some students eat slowly, so this will help to kind of occupy everybody while we're waiting for the next activity. So this is when we'll move into our small groups. There'll be 3 different activities going on at the same time that will rotate through every 4 to 5 minutes. So the first is taking the student's picture with this camera. touch this button to turn it on. Then you can see the red light. You have to look through the viewfinder and then touch and hold this to take a picture. If you run out of film, then just let Stacy know. The teacher should take one picture of each student first, and then if you happen to have extra time, you can let the students take one picture each. But like I really am only bringing 20 pieces of film. So if the students take more than one picture, it'll take pictures away from somebody else. The other activity we have is this ring toss game. So two teachers, it's important that these are teachers because the students have a hard time playing with each other. So you put on the antlers and then sit down on your knees. And the students are going to come and they can take turns throwing rings. And if they get it on there, we're going to give them a candy. So every time they get a ring on, we'll give them a piece of candy. Make sure that they take turns. You'll only have 3 to 4 students, so it shouldn't be that hard for them to take turns. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you need to. Like, if you have little kids, they can stand really close. But if you have, like, high schoolers, like, make them stand really far away, like, so it's a challenge. And the other game we have is this, like, stocking, kind of like beer pong. So, like, you should bounce the ball and try to get it into the stocking. Good job. It's pretty challenging, but and again, like if they get it into the stocking, we'll give them a prize. So these small group games we're going to play like on a timer. So if your team finishes up, you can kind of help to occupy them. Just make sure that they don't go bother other teams. And then when we're ready, we'll bring out the unwrap the ball game. Ours are going to be much, much bigger than this, but like this is just an example. And this is usually like the kids' most favorite thing of the whole party. So basically, if it's your turn, you get to unwrap the present and keep whatever you unwrap. And the person next to you is trying to roll the number 6. We're going to have normal dice for this game, but for right now, for the example, I'll just kind of show, like you just keep rolling. And once you get a 6, then you have to pass the present. And then you start to unwrap. And the person next to you on the other side, so not the person, not switch, but like the person next to you, it would be their turn to unwrap it. Now, this game always causes the kids to have feelings where they get kind of like possessive of this ball. So you just have to kind of watch that they're not bullying each other and that they're being fair. Another thing to be careful of is that sometimes the kids start to like throw the dice on the ground so it bounces up, and you cannot do that. Like one year we had a kid bounce the dice and hit another kid in the head and hurt them. So like make sure that your students are rolling the dice, not throwing the dice. I think that this game will take you like about 10 to 15 minutes usually. If we by chance happen to have little tiny baby kids, then instead of rolling a dice, you can just let them unwrap it like one thing at a time. But I don't think we'll have super tiny kids, but just in case. And then you kind of want to occupy your team while we are waiting for our goodbye time. So I put in the instructions for the students that they should stay in their team and that they can look at their prizes, they can talk to the teachers, write a note for the teachers, or play some games together. So you can just kind of feel what your team wants. But the important thing is do not let them go bother other teams because like then it really causes problems. Once everybody's finished unwrapping the ball, we'll do our goodbye stuff where we give them just prizes as they're leaving and then go outside to play and have other people come clean up. So in terms of presents, like we had somebody donate like a bunch of stuffed animals. So we're going to bring a bunch of these animals and let the kids choose one that they like the most to keep with them. We need to try to not let them leave with more than 1, 2 at the most. They might try to take all of them, but we don't want the orphanage to be angry with us because the kids have too much stuff. And in terms of like other stuff that we're going to give them, we're going to make sure that they all have Christmas candy. I got big bags of chips that we'll hand out as one of the prizes. Christmas candies, push pops, Christmas squish balls, Christmas pens, more candy. Basically, the kids are going to get a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching and can't wait to see you there.